on that? Did you feel the moment, or what happened?
Honestly, the ball was a little wet. It was raining at the time, and it just got away from me. But yeah, it wasn't anything in terms of the game, or it was just the ball was wet, slipped. I was trying to rip it to Deebo, and I was just mad that I couldn't get it to him. So.
How important is that second pass where you hit Brandon to kind of get into the rhythm then?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. Obviously, had missed one right before that, so to get the ball to BA, have him make a play, and just create some momentum was huge for us, huge for myself. As a quarterback, you want to start the game off with some completions and just get into a rhythm. And so it was huge for myself. It was huge for the team.
Did it feel different?
Go ahead, Ann.
Did it feel different because it was a playoff game?
I mean, there was some emotion going into the game. You could just feel it, in the environment with the fans and our teammates. Man, this is win or go home. And so, you did feel that. I feel like pregame and whatnot. But once the game started, it was all, hey, it's 11 on 11. I got to do my job. I got to get it to the guys when they're in space and go from there. But, we didn't make it more than what it was. You could feel it in the first half in terms of, Seattle's playing really good football. It's playoff football. Everyone plays their best football. So I feel like that was just something that we had in the back of our minds too. But overall, it wasn't, oh my gosh, we're in the playoffs. We got to get all tense or anything like that. So we just got to play our game and let everything else fall into place.
You haven't had very many opportunities to have Deebo and Christian in the backfield behind you. When they did that today, they were on that field at the same time today. Can you kind of see the defense having a dilemma? Sort of a pick your poison type of issue for them.
I mean, yeah, I think obviously it's hard for a defense to stop that when you got both guys coming out of the backfield any which way or doing all these exotic things that we do. But I thought, honestly, credit to Seattle. They did a good job, I think, on third downs and everything like that. In terms of playing man, they had great coverage. I feel like they had a good plan in terms of how to stop our guys out of the backfield with Christian and Deebo. But at the same time, once we did get the ball and they made plays, then we did exactly that. Our guys made plays in space, and so it's going to be a challenge moving forward. As usual, everyone's going to be playing their best football and scheming up stuff like that for Christian and Deebo. But I know once they win those one-on-one matchups and get the ball to them, it's tough for defenses. So yeah.
In the first half, you were able to move the ball well, but couldn't get into the end zone or have trouble finishing drives. Why were you able to turn that around in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just there's a couple plays, man, where it's like you got to be on point. Once you get those matchups and opportunities to capitalize on, you got to do it, especially in the NFL, playoff football. And so that's I put that on myself. There's some plays where I should have put the ball up, give George a one-on-one shot, and instead of taking a sack. Some plays like that where I got to be better. And so coming into the halftime, Kyle just was straight up and was like, hey man, you got plays are there, the opportunities are there. We just got to keep it simple and get it to the guys. And so we knew what our plan was coming out of halftime into the second half, and I thought we just executed everything and we finished drives where we didn't do the stalling, we didn't overthink things in the second half.
You moved around a lot today, but after when you roll left, roll right, you get it to Elijah in the open flat there. You really looked as excited as I've seen you. That was just because of the play. It was the moment. What were you feeling there, and could you talk us through that play?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a broken play. I was trying to go left to BA and then go through my progression from there. It just broke down. And so, once Elijah did his job in terms of, staying in protection, and then if he had time, he could get out, and he was my last read. So the front side just broke down, and when I scrambled, Elijah was where he needed to be. And that's why I was excited. I was like, man, that was sweet that, I had that trust in you to be there, and the same for him, for myself. And so, once we completed that and scored, it was just a huge part in the game, to create momentum. And it was just a big play for everyone and a big moment for everyone. So I was just excited about it and just wanted to create some juice for our team and just celebrate a touchdown with my guy Elijah.
People called you slithery moves
really?
Out there. Is this something you knew you had, or is it just instinct to be able to move right when the defensive lineman's coming one way?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I go into a play where, if it's not here, I'm going to scramble and do this and that. I want to go through my progressions and stuff, but I feel like it's just the instinct that I have of playing football throughout the years of, if something's not there, the play can still be alive. That's sort of in the back of my mind. And so growing up, I've been able to scramble and make plays off schedule. So in those moments and a couple of those touchdowns, I think it was just something that I've always done my whole life in terms of finding a way when it's not there. So that's all it was.
You almost got a fourth touchdown pass to BA in the corner. On that rollout, you took a big shot at the end. So when you look back on that play, was it worth it?
Yeah, I think.
Was that the same ribs over the same area where you?
Yeah, it was on my left side. Nothing from that hit. It was a good, clean hit from the defensive lineman. Obviously, in that kind of situation, I got to be smarter with getting the ball out if the first read's not there, instead of doing all that extra stuff. But yeah, it was just I felt like it was one of those situations where, man, if we can just put one more touchdown in, put the nail in the coffin. But at the same time, a field goal is just as good. So somewhere I got to be smart with and just throw it away if it's not there. What's that?
What did Brandon say to you after that play?
He was, I was excited that, all right, we have a scramble drill on, and he kept it alive. He saw me scramble. I went left, came back right, and then, he ran left and then went all the way right. And so I was excited that he kept it alive, and I was happy. I was like, dude, that was good. And then he was obviously he's hard on himself. He's like, man, I should have caught it or hit my hands or whatever. But, it's all good, man. I love the dude. He works hard. He blocked for Deebo on that long touchdown. Like, you can just see BA gives everything for this team. And so if something like that happens, it's all good. Like, we're going to learn from it and be better.
Two swagger-related questions. Can you do you feel the high step coming, or is that just natural? And then what do you imagine you're injecting into your veins?
Yeah, the high step, sort of just comes, in the moment. I don't really – I'm going to high step this linebacker or anything like that. It's just I try to just get him to stop a little bit so I could possibly get a couple more yards. That's all that is. And then, the whole vein deal, I think it's just more for the team. Like, they love, just bringing some emotion and juice to the team. And so, I don't go into the game telling, man, I'm going to inject my veins with this or that. It was just some celebration to get the guys going. So.
Are you a LeBron James fan?
Yeah, LeBron, yeah.
Tweeted about you.
I did not.
Said, LeBron gut game.
LeBron said that? Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's so cool.
How did you notice the intensity in the huddle change maybe after Deebo got his late game play?
Yeah. That's our guy, Deebo. Like, he brings so much to the team, the juice, the swagger, all that kind of stuff. And, he was down, obviously, and the guy just kept going. And it's like, come on, like, let's play clean here to keep the game going. And, we get it. It's a physical game and everything, but to do that, it's unnecessary. And so for our team to just, show some emotion, to show Deebo that we got his back, man. And, yeah, I think we all had the right to have his back and be fired up about that, but definitely created some juice for us and some momentum, and I feel like we capitalized off it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Right here.
You got your foot yanked on. What were your emotions?
I stayed down a little because I almost lost my temper. And you can see the definition of our team of IGYB, I got your back. And then second half, they scored at the end of the fourth quarter, like, you can have it. But at the end of the day, I felt like that turned our team up a notch. And as you can see, we just went out there and made plays.
Are you saying that you pretty much needed that time to get yourself under?
Yeah, 100%. It hurt for sure, but in my mind, I was about to lose it. But I just kept calm, and just seeing how Cal came off the sideline is true definition of our team.
Can you walk us through your touchdown, and did you get a good look at what Brandon was doing downfield?
Oh, yeah. I seen Brandon once I came around, and I seen the safety up top. And I wanted him to think I was going to go that way when I know Brandon's going to seal the sideline for me. And he did a great job, and I just ran off his block.
Sense any nerves from Brock in his first playoff start, and how do you think he played?
I don't think it was no nerves at all. We kind of started off slow. We missed a couple here and there. But as the game slowed down and settled down for him, and he knows the guys that we have around him to build him up, it started to slow down for him, too, in the second half, and he went out there and played good ball.
How valuable is his ability to extend plays, run around?
It's great to see, the things he do back there when you think he's sacked and his little slitheriness of getting out of stuff. it kind of makes us a little tired because we got to run around too to try to get open, but it works. So, long as Brock doing his thing, we're going to ride with him.
surprised at all by the level of confidence and trust that Kyle has in Brock at this point?
Not at all. For me, he kind of showed it during the preseason a little bit, and the first game he ever started, he called a timeout, and that kind of shocked me and Cal. Like, Cal don't play that, and it kind of showed me the type of guy he is and how, how gutsy he is with making a timeout when Cal the only guy to do that.
When you're going down,
How have you noticed Kyle change as a play caller with the addition of Christian and all the versatility you guys seem to have, given different places you can line up?
I don't think it's a change. I just think, he knows the guys that he got out there, all 5 guys out wide, and including Christian, very dangerous with the ball in his hands. He do a good job of getting it to him.
did you think you had enough room on that sideline to make it through?
I necessarily don't be thinking of things like that. I just, whenever I get the ball, I try to score, and when I see a lane, I'm going to hit it.
Tell me about how did Brandon set up that block for you?
Oh, he just walled off. As you can see, Brandon, very physical, strong guy, and he just walled him off, and I ran right off his block.
It looked like Brandon was ready to take on the whole Seahawks team after you got your leg yanked. Did you see that from your vantage point? And
I seen when I got up, it was 23 that twisted my ankle, and I went right at 30. I didn't even know. I just like blacked out for a second. I just see all red jerseys on the field. I'm like, all right, this is what we on. All right, let's turn it up a notch.
Did you sense, you said they got everyone kind of turned up a notch. I mean, were just guys talking about it, like, or is it just an emotion you felt like you guys reached another level of intensity after that?
Oh, I think it was another level of intensity. Everybody was a little angry because, I just came back from a knee injury, and like I said earlier, true definition of IGYB.
Did you guys feel any pressure coming into this game, knowing that everybody expected you to win?
Not at all. We take, day by day. We don't get into all the outside noise. We just focus on what we have here, and we just go out there and do our job.
You had that brace on for a little bit. Whose decision was that to put the brace on? How did you know it was time to take it off?
What brace?
You had to put the brace on after that little twist.
Never had a brace on. Nah, it wasn't no brace on.
That's good. Thank you. The emotions, the energy of a playoff game, is it significantly different than a regular season game?
I mean, there's more on the line. It's win or go home in the tournament, but the way this team prepares and practices, is very similar to every week since I've been here.
you, I forget which game it was, but early on after you got here, you had a nice game, and you said there's a lot more meat on the bone for you. Where are you in terms of that now, as far as how you think you've learned the offense, or do you still think that you're getting better in it?
Definitely, I'm definitely, I mean, there's always stuff out there. You'll watch the tape, and I said one time, I think, a lot of times you're playing against the tape. You want to just put good things on tape. You want to wake up Monday morning, and when you watch it on the iPad, you want to be proud of what you put out there. And there's always stuff. There's always things that might have made the wrong cut here or did something wrong here, and that's football. That's what makes it so fun, is that constant pursuit for perfection. And I think everybody on this team has that, and that's why our practices are intense. That's why the meeting rooms are meaningful, and yeah.
Today, I mean, do you have a sense of what that'll be like for you when you watch the tape?
Yeah, I'd never make blanket statements after games, win or lose. Obviously, it's so damn fun to win a playoff game, man, at home, and fans going crazy. It's a special feeling, and we're still alive, and so we're going to take it one at a time. But no, I mean, as far as tomorrow goes, you'll make the corrections you need to make, capitalize on the strengths, and keep moving. But I never like making blanket statements after a game without watching it.
Do you like the idea of playing on a Saturday and obviously winning, and now being able to sit back and see what happens around the NFC?
Yeah, I mean, we might play Saturday next week too. So for us, it's take advantage of every day, every second you have to recover and get back ready to go.
I know you're running around getting open while Brock is moving around like that, but does it feel different knowing that he's keeping plays alive for a long, long time here? Does it take a little getting used to?
No, I think every play, you never know what's going to happen, and you have a job on every play. Even when he scrambles out of the pocket, there's places you got to go, and the O-line did a hell of a job holding up and holding those blocks for a long time. That's a tough thing to do, and Brock's a guy who has really good escapability, so he's able to make some of those plays down the field.
Nick just said he's kind of glad that Brock maybe had a little struggles early on. he had definitely had that ball where it gets slipped out of his hand. What were you thinking? What was the look in his eyes kind of early on?
He didn't hesitate. No, he calmed down, and he's no stranger to adversity, and he responds really well. And that's a testament. That's a mature football player, especially playing quarterback.
That extra pull on Deebo's leg that kind of riled everybody up. Some of the offensive guys and defensive guys said that kind of galvanized the group together.
I would say so. I'd say that got everybody going.
When you talk about Brock's maturity, is that the reason you think Kyle has so much trust in him at this point in his career?
Probably. I have no idea. That's a question for Kyle. But I as a player playing and being with him in the huddle, he's poised and he's calm, but he's extremely confident. And he's exactly what you would want in a quarterback. No moment is too big for him, and he makes corrections quickly. And we saw that today, and he's able to go out there and play with some juice and hit the right guys and let everybody else do their jobs. Appreciate it, guys.
Order.
One of the things that Kyle said was that the defense doesn't freak out when you guys give up a big play. Can you kind of describe how you guys go about just staying in the moment and not letting it develop into something bigger?
Yeah, I think just in my short time in the league so far, I've seen so much happen within a game, being up by a lot, being down by a lot, and the ebbs and flows of a game. I know one play doesn't define a game, and when especially when it happens that early, there's so much more football left to be played. It's more about keeping confidence within the guys and knowing that it's a next play, best play mentality. It's before the game we talk about playing 60 minutes. Not 15, not 30. Like, you got to play a full 60. In the playoffs, it's playoff football. It's not going to be easy. So it's all about just staying even keeled.
You've been very consistent from the beginning that Purdy has not surprised you with the way he's played. Was there a part of you at all that was curious how he would react on the playoff stage, and what did he show you?
No. Yeah, I was, he is who he is. It's not about, like, the playoffs and the big stage. Like, he's been in the biggest of moments regardless of playoffs or not. Like, when you get thrown into the Dolphins, who are as hot as they come, and Jimmy goes down, we're all looking around. And Brock Purdy's the one who gets his number called, and he goes and helps you win a football game. Like, those are the big moments that prepare you for moments like this, and he showed us over and over again who he is and the type of player he is, so not surprised.
A couple of people, Shanahan and players have suggested like what happened to Deebo, his foot getting yanked, kind of maybe awakened a giant a little bit. I mean, did you sense an energy shift?
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know what he was trying to achieve by doing that, but it wasn't the smartest move for sure.
Takeaways in the second half really put the game away, but it felt like in the first half you guys weren't playing up to your usual standard. Like, how would you assess your defensive performance in the first half?
Yeah, I think we knew we needed to stop the run and just kind of leaky yardage and not really feeling like there was like that sore mentality that we talk about. It wasn't feeling like just overwhelming hats to the ball, and that's what we talked about at half, like really getting guys to go all out, sell out to the ball. And then obviously those turnovers were huge. We know that we take the ball away. That's how we win games, right? And we protect it on offense, take it away on defense, and that's when you saw us run away with the score.
Brad, you're probably well equipped to answer this based on training camp. How ready is Brandon Ayuk for any smoke?
I think he's well equipped. Yeah, doing a great job. No, seriously though, like, I know Brandon doesn't get like the accolades and probably doesn't get talked about a lot, but when I watched him block down the field for Deebo, when Deebo caught that over route and scored a touchdown, like, people don't do that. Receivers don't do that. Like, that's big time. That's a huge play by him in that moment that people probably aren't talking a whole lot about. But, like, receivers who do that and then are able to ice guys off the line and do all that stuff that, that people really notice, like, that's why I know he'll be a big time player in this league for a long time, because he does all the little things required to play at a high level.
Is that part of why this team is so good? Because you have players that do things that normally they wouldn't do in another offense or anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the little things that people don't notice. Like, I think what makes our defense so great is, yeah, we have great players, but our best players are the ones who are most willing to play with the most effort, you know, and to play hard, play physical, offensively, being unselfish to block and do the dirty work. That's what makes a team great, in my opinion.
What are these next 2 days like for you as you watch the Vikings play and then maybe the Monday night game too?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait and see whoever we play. That's who we're gonna prep hard for, and it's all about taking this thing one game at a time. I know obviously we talk about the end goal, but you don't get there unless you win one. And so I'm proud of the guys for just winning one today. Thanks, guys.
They're only down by 6. What was the temperament in the huddle at that point, as far as, you know, just trying to keep them out of the end zone, having them settle for a field goal before you got your strip sack?
Yeah, I mean, when the team gets in the red zone, your thought process and mentality is to hold them to a field goal. Guys was just like play the call and execute, man. It's as simple as that. And when we do that, good things happen for us.
I think a few plays before you forced the fumble, you had a near sack and he got away a little bit. How much was in your mind of, you know, a chance to atone and make a play?
Yeah, I mean, you know, those type of plays in the playoffs, when you miss that, it can weigh on you. And definitely was on my mind, but at the end of the day, you got to keep moving on. It's a win or go home kind of mentality. And, I mean, stats don't matter. It's all about the only stat that matters is if you get a win or a loss at the end of the day. So I had to recenter my mind. My coach, teammates told me another opportunity is going to come, and thank God it did.
They were showing Bosa on the video board because he got the fumble, and he was pointing at you like, no, you should be the star of the video board. I don't know if you noticed that, but do you appreciate him trying to give you the love?
Yeah, I mean, Bosa's a team guy. You know, Bosa, he's an incredible player, but he's also a selfless player. Bosa doesn't care who gets it done. He said it yesterday. He said it today. Like, he don't care who gets it done. He just wants to win. And when your best player on your defense and on your team feels that way, you know, the energy just goes around towards everybody. And it's like, I mean, we all want to go out there and make a play, but whoever does is whoever does it, because, like I said, the only thing that matters is winning.
How much do you feel like getting that takeaway in that moment kind of lifted, especially the defense, and got you guys rolling to what you know?
Yeah, it was big. Getting a turnover is always big. The game was, you know, kind of close, and getting that opportunity to get a turnover and change the game is huge, and these type of games especially.
Statistically, your 2 best games of your career now are both playoff games. Last year, Dallas, and this one. How important is that to you that you've showed up here at the biggest moments?
I mean, I told the guys yesterday, big-time players step up in big-time games, and I said that we're all big-time players, just no matter who's going to step up. And thank God that I've been able to, in the year and a half that I've been here, been able to step up in those big-time games and help my team win.
What happened in the first half where you had to come off the field, and did you feel it was going to be serious?
No, I had a stinger. I knew what it was. As soon as I hit the running back, didn't have good form, just kind of came with my helmet only, and had a stinger. I knew exactly what it was, so I knew I was gonna be fine.
Charles, when you got traded here, did you have any idea that this was awaiting you?
No. I knew I was coming to a very good organization. I was coming to a D-line that has a reputation of being very, very good, but you know, you can't tell the future. But I'm glad I was traded here. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to play here and be a Niner.
Why do you think it's worked out so well? Like, why do you think you're such a good fit for what they're doing?
I think it's a combination of new environment, great coaching, great players around you, and just seizing the moment when it comes.
Okay. Thanks, Charles.
Thank y'all.
Got Fred here.
What was the mindset at halftime when you guys had played a pretty good half, yet still you're down by 1? What was kind of the energy level?
It was good. Myself, I was a little nervous, just how the tide was going, but I have great confidence in this team, and an entire half of football is a lot of football, and we did exactly what we were supposed to do.
What has Charles Omenihu shown you in the year and a half he's been here?
A lot of improvement. He's really he kind of revamped his preparation. He was more of a big interior guy when he came in, and just the time that he's been here, he's really bought into the scheme, and he's a really good player for us, and he could rush.
You and him, do you guys talk technical stuff as far as
Yeah,
pass rush goes?
for sure. Yeah, we're very different rushers, but there's always similarities that we could talk about, and I'm always trying to help him out.
Prefer to be the guy getting the strip sack, but what was it like to see that play unfold in front of you?
Yeah, I missed him by a little bit. He stepped up, and Charles with his long arms came through and knocked it out, and that whole thing happened in slow motion for me. So I was just happy to get the ball back.
How much of a momentum changer was that for you guys?
Huge. Yeah. We scored before that, right? So, yeah, the offense helped flip it. I think they're doing a little dirty stuff to our offensive guys, and I would not piss off the dudes on offense, especially Deebo, because he'll make you pay.
So that was kind of a galvanizing moment for not just the offense, but for the defense as well.
Which one?
The
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's playoff football. It's our rival, so I wouldn't expect anything less. But yeah, don't poke the bear.
Takeaway, you and Charles Omenihu, it seemed like the defense wasn't playing up to its usual standard, at least in the first half. What did you see there?
Yeah, I mean, they came in with a really good game plan, and 3 times playing a team, it is real. It's tough, and they had some different looks that kind of threw us off in the run game. And number 9 was really being patient, a little more patient than we were used to. So we had to adjust and really just attack in the run game to knock back, so he couldn't find those lanes and get those extra yards.
Brock Purdy's celebration.
Yeah, was it the Pistols?
No, he actually yelled and then beat his chest.
Well, I think he might get fined for his pistol. Oh, no, he does the ice in the veins. I love it.
But he had a little bit more emotion in his celebrations today. What do you think about his finally letting it go a little bit?
Brock, I feel like he's always got some good juice. For a rookie to come in and have that confidence is something that is going to help us go a long way.
You seem to be very careful when you pounced on that loose football. I mean, did you kind of know the surrounding that you were all by yourself and that you didn't want to kind of...
Yeah, I ran around the hoop a little bit. He stepped up, and I saw the ball come out, and the tackle had no idea who was still trying to stay in front of me. And I just kind of waited for it to roll over and jumped on it.
After the Tampa game, I think his first start, that you said, I asked you about Brock, and you said we've got a quarterback.
Yeah.
What do you think now after his first playoff start?
I'm kind of happy that he had a couple rough moments there just to get those nerves out. And I mean, he's a really good quarterback.
But did he seem like he was nervous at all during
I mean, it's hard to say. It's playoff football. You make mistakes at any position. So for him to stick with it and not let any of those mistakes affect him says a lot about him. Thank you.